So in other words, the biggest crutch to the evolution of human thought is breaking your own indoctrination. It's very, very difficult to overcome emotional elements that have become so ingrained in you that you have an immediate reaction, an immediate suffering and pain when anything interferes with that. It's a very, very complex problem. But I'll say it again. We have to learn how to identify and break our own indoctrination if we expect to move forward at all as a civilization.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. This is the No Boundaries podcast where facts are facts and opinions hurt people's feelings. If you forgot, I'm Jay. How could you forget that I'm Jay? This guy, he's Welly F.
I don't know what type of drugs you on right now, bro. Chill out, dog.
I had 2 sips.
We ain't been back.
It's been a while.
We ain't been here in 3 weeks, dog. We can't just be. We can't.
I gotta come in here energy. I gotta come in here like the Meek Mill intro.
We gotta apologize. We have to apologize.
We gotta apologize.
You lied to the people on episode 98. Told them we were gonna be back. Yeah, people worried, dog.
I did have people worried. I didn't know people really took me that seriously.
I tell people all the time not to take you seriously. What do they do?
I got mad texts and Instagram. Y'all done? For real?
Just hung it up.
Y'all done?
At 98?
Such an odd number to hang it up.
It is, man. It is. Now we at 99.
If we were getting a divorce, we'd have to tell the judge we had irreconcilable differences.
Okay, hold on. Hold that thought. I was thinking about divorces today. If divorces were hindered by someone saying, hey, if we file this divorce and you're the one that initiated this divorce, you either get 5 years of prison time and a $250,000 fine. Would you still say fuck it, I'm finna divorce this person?
If I knew that was the stipulation going into marriage, I probably just wouldn't get married.
You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about that today. I was like, I mean, honestly, why don't they do that? Because I know somebody right now that's going through a divorce and they're saying, man, it costs a lot of money, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, you knew that going in that, divorces they're not cheap. So therefore, I mean, just imagine if they were like that. Like, that would be crazy if you really went into a divorce and you're signing papers, you're happy to go look at the courthouse, and then you look at the other person, you're like, well, shit, if this shit ever fail, is divorce really an option? Because you're finna be locked up for 5 years.
5 years.
In a minimum security prison.
Bruh, but to know that that's the circumstances and you either cheat or file for a divorce anyways, you gotta hate that situation.
You gotta hate that motherfucker for real.
There gotta be some loopholes, like you can't be domestic violence or something like that.
Just think about it. You're the one that initiates the divorce, so you go to prison for 5 years or get the $250,000 fine. And let's just say, in most cases, people will get the fine. That $250,000 fine is going to gain interest. It's going to fuck up your credit. And I think that shit is legit, man, because I'm looking at...
You know how long it takes you to pay back $250?
You know how long it takes you to pay back $40?
You know how long it takes you to make $250?
The average person in America right now is making around, I want to say, $29,500. So, yeah.
Really?
Something like that. I remember one time I sent y'all a number not too long ago. Remember, like almost a year and a half ago.
That is long, sir.
That is long.
It's 18
I said that shit like it
not
was
too
yesterday.
long ago. 18 months ago.
I'm tripping over here. That's what happens when you're gone for 3 weeks.
All right, man. Bust this intro down.
Oh, okay. You know who Peter Joseph is?
I still don't know who Peter Joseph is.
This nigga still don't.
I had 3 weeks to find out who Peter Joseph is. I still don't know who Peter Joseph is.
All right, man. Peter Joseph, well-known published author to a degree. He had this film called Zeitgeist. And Zeitgeist was basically one of those, in my opinion, is one of those movies that came in at the right time, and it's kind of like, to a degree, the backbone of the conspiracy theorists that are taking over the web right now. When you just got a lot of people on the web that are just like questioning everything and just making these ridiculous assumptions, talking about how the Parkland shooting was was a false flag. When you hear the terms false flag, or when you hear politicians or puppets and stuff like that, that's stuff that came about through the Zeitgeist movement. Because what Zeitgeist was all about, I want to say the movie is I want to say Zeitgeist Moving Forward, and I believe there's just a Zeitgeist. But either way, the takeaway from Zeitgeist is to question everything. And I tell you all the time, you question everything to a degree where you can sound stupid sometimes. It's like, come on, bro. You ain't got to question everything. That's why one of my favorite Banksy tags is where it says question everything, and there's a little Y on the side. It's like, question everything. Why? That's
Why
like
do I got to question everything?
But at the same time, you told me to question everything, so I'm questioning this, But
it's like they say to little kids, well, why you do that? Well, why you do that? Well, why you do that? So you just get to the point where, because I don't even know why I do it. Because I just know that this is what I got to do. Man,
and I feel like the intro was perfect just due to the fact of, where we've been in the past 3 weeks, bro. We can sit here for 3 hours if we want to because we got so much to cover, but we're not that important.
No,
so
we're not worth 3 hours of your time.
Nah, man.
I even had somebody say, damn, those episodes are pretty long. I was like, we try to keep it at an hour. And I was like, I got to be honest. Even when I'm listening to myself, I got to be doing some other stuff. Bruh. I just can't sit down and listen to a podcast. I got to be driving. I got to be working out. I got to be cleaning up. I got to be doing something.
I'm just not that interesting.
I know I'm not.
But to basically the key part of I'm explaining who Peter Joseph is. If you ever have interest, hey, look up Zeitgeist and you'll see what he stands for. But I think the intro was good solid because he used the term indoctrination, and I feel like we're in a day and age where basically indoctrination is accepting ideals and beliefs without questioning them. You're taking these ideals in uncritically. Like, we don't ever ask why is it that boys are blue and girls are pink. We don't ever ask why do we have to identify as African American or white American. We don't ask these questions. We were brought into the world and we just accepted these things without questioning when we were 2 or 3. Maybe we did question them when we were 2 or 3, but we didn't have the credibility or the position in society to actually matter. We didn't matter then, so questioning them was going to do anything. It's not going to do anything at 3 years old.
It'll get your boy shut.
Exactly. You're asking too many questions because I said so. So I posted something on the website. Not on the website, but on our Instagram, and basically it was off of Janelle Monáe's new album, "Dirty Computer," which is a dope ass album. It's a very feminist album. It's extremely feminist, but I listened to the album and I it's like something about it that makes me say, I'm comfortable listening to this album. Like, it doesn't make me uncomfortable. Like, I respect the fact that people are trying to push the norms now because people are actually questioning shit. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm still a firm believer in, I like classy women. I don't think that we need women, just running around whoring themselves out just because they feel like, oh, men are dogs, men get to do it. That's a weak excuse to want to be a whore. And and for a man, if you growing up, just dogging women, and you're like, well, shit, that's what society told me to do. I mean, you've been indoctrinated into being a dog ass dude, and that's not cool. You should really either challenge yourself to be better or question yourself to why you do that. Because even I've been in situations where I'm like, what was the purpose of having sex with that person if I really didn't love them? I'm just saying, it happens sometimes.
I get what you mean.
Sex is enjoyable, but
sometimes you're like, I'm just trying to get these rocks off.
Basically, sometimes with the wrong person, and then,
sometimes you end up using people and manipulating them because you may know they feel more for you than this is just sex, but you out there just trying to get your rocks off and everything, and I mean, I've been on both sides of that coin. I know how that game goes. Yeah,
we get used a lot in this day and age because, once again, women have caught on and women are pushing the norms. Everybody is trying to fight that indoctrination that they've been victim to. But the Janelle Monáe song was posted, and it's on the Instagram. You'll see FTS, and FTS stands for Free Thinker Society. And I feel like that's something that I'm going to say a lot because I feel like, not because of Mr. Yeezy, but because I feel like I've always kind of been that type of person that's like, man, like, I'm thinking how I want to. You're not going to make me think this way because I'm black. Like, I was listening to a podcast this week, the Crystal Clear podcast, and I like her podcast simply because it's always less than 30 minutes. And I can actually relate to her because she's not the type of black person that that's in a box. Like, she feels the way she feels, and it's like, shit, this is what I do. And I fuck with that. I don't agree with everything she says, but I fuck with her. And she talked about the Yeezy situation, and she basically talked about how, in my opinion, when I break it down, I feel like as a person that wants to be, and by the way, you're officially a member of the Free Thinker Society. I don't know if you want to be a member, but if you want to be a member,
am I really that much of a freak? Never mind.
I will say so, because I look at, stay low and build. Is stay low or stay strong?
Stay low.
Stay low and build.
That's my new motto.
Yeah, I mean that's real shit, and people aren't thinking like that. People want to show off and build. Mm-hmm. You know how they go, But as far as the Free Thinker Society goes, I just want people to understand that unlike Thanos, I come in peace.
Thanos came in his own version of peace as well. His own version of peace. Everybody has their own version of peace.
Very, very, very true. Keep that in mind when you think about the fact that Donald Trump is up for a Nobel Peace Prize. People aren't talking about it, but it's true.
When you told me that, I read up on it, and the Republican Party pretty much nominated him.
Of course, just like the Democratic Party nominated
I didn't know
Obama.
there was a nomination thing like that. I thought there was like a committee that was like, okay, these are going to be the finalists. But I didn't know that was like, public perception of like, okay, we nominate Donald Trump. And like, you may not agree with a lot of Donald Trump's policies and shit, but I don't know, he's actually having decent talks with North Korea.
You see what he did today?
Who was the last president to have decent talks with North Korea?
Was it Reagan?
Was it Reagan?
Let me see. No, that was damn, I forgot. I know the Iran-Contra. That was Reagan, right? Reaganomics. That was Jay-Z said some shit. Come on, man.
I know.
Damn.
Iran contraband. Don't do me, bro. Don't do me, bro.
One of the hardest songs he's ever made, by the way. Mm-hmm. But okay, then let's not get to that. Okay, Free Thinker Society. Yeezy had some opinions. Crystal Clear even said it herself.
See, I'm a week behind. The last episode I heard was a well at my feet, so I'm a week behind.
Oh, okay. So you do listen to my suggestions.
I told you.
My bad. We as black people can have opinions that differ from the masses of the other black people. Bottom line. If you can't respect the fact that another black person feels another way about a situation than you do, and it doesn't make any sense. You have no respect for that black person. If anything, before posting pictures of them as a white person and saying that they're a coon, like, you're not helping them. All you're doing is basically saying, I don't like your opinion, fuck you, you have no chance to change my mind. And we've talked about this before off air. Like, how many people have you disagreed with in your life to the point where you're like, damn, you ain't fucking with them no more? Like, it's going to take a few disagreements for me to actually stop fucking with you.
There's going to have to be a consistency pattern and practice of disagreement.
Exactly. To the point where I'm like, okay, we just don't see eye to eye on so much shit.
Even that, it's like, it's not seeing the eye to eye. It's not seeing eye to eye and not understanding where you're coming from. Because I cannot see eye to eye with somebody and still understand where they're coming from if you're open-minded enough. If you're just closed-minded and you know that you're right about your situation, then it is what it is. And that agree to disagree is only going to get you so far if you're disagreeing on everything because you're so closed-minded. But if you approach a situation more open-mindedly, then you're like, I don't agree with what you're saying, but I can see where you're coming from. I don't agree with what Thanos was doing, but I can see where it was coming from. I didn't agree with what Killmonger was doing, but I could see where he was coming from.
Damn. That shit crazy, bro. Thanos is described as a nihilistic. His approach to life is nihilistic, meaning that he has an impulse for destruction. And I'm sorry for people that don't really give a fuck about Infinity War, but you're about to hear gems all through this bitch, pun intended. Thanos' approach to society, to life was, I'm going to destroy. But while I destroy, I'm going to come up with an excuse for why I destroy. So it's so hilarious to me that people are actually trying to come together and say, well, his reasoning for wanting to destroy half the population doesn't make any sense when he could just do this. Well, guess what? When Ted Bundy went on his murder rampage, it didn't make any sense either. He just wanted to kill people. He found pleasure in killing people. When the DC snipers were shooting people, his excuse was his wife, blah, blah, blah. They're psychopaths. They have a nihilistic approach to life. And in that moment, they're going to kill and destroy whatever they can destroy just to make themselves feel better. That's his bottom line.
But I don't even think that was his motivation. I was listening to this other podcast. I think it was like Western Bros or something. They did kind of like a breakdown of Infinity War, and one of the guys on there, he's like, this is what Thanos did was like a Mitt Romney thing. Mitt Romney would buy businesses, fire half the staff, and make it profitable. Like to continue the sustainability of life, he had to get rid of half the population. Like, this is a common practice.
You got to ask yourself, somebody that evil, somebody that demonic.
Who, Mitt Romney?
Both. Mitt Romney or Thanos. Do you really think they give a damn about the sustainability of life? They're going to survive anyway.
Well, yeah, when you're doing executing,
it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a God complex. It's like Hitler, at the end of the day, there are people that actually have excuses for why Hitler did what he did. And then there are people that will be looking like, see, that's why Hitler tried to kill them Jews. You see what they do? I mean,
you see they out here wilding now.
Yeah, them Jewish folk, man.
They got all the money, too. He was trying to bring some balance.
But that balance wasn't going to benefit all of us.
No.
Just like the Thanos' balance. His balance didn't benefit everybody.
But his balance didn't have any discrimination either.
Shh. It discriminated because all the Avengers survived. There's a reason behind that.
I mean, that wasn't of his choosing.
As far as we know, the Stones did the choosing.
Say, Thanos had stones like Jordan had rings.
Bruh, literally. That's what happens when you get 6 rings, bro.
That's what happens. You fuck shit up. You go down as the greatest.
And you would...
I need Nice Cast to make me a Jordan Thanos meme where they both are there with the 6 rings and the 6 gems. That's what I need.
I need Nice Cast to accept the fact that Infinity War is the greatest comic book movie of all time. I just need him to do that one time. Just do it for me.
But that's your opinion.
It's my opinion, but at the same time, the masses have spoken. And the masses on Rotten Tomatoes giving it a low rating, they were hurt. I keep telling you that. When you walk out of a superhero movie, you don't go into a superhero movie expecting them to lose. No. So when you walk out of there and they lost and you're not used to that, you're hurt. A Rotten Tomato user, the first thing they're going to do is say, fuck this movie. My favorite superhero died.
Like this. Spider-Man, damn that, son. Trash ass movie.
People walked away from plenty of superhero movies not really feeling anything. They like, I liked it. It was good. But you really didn't feel anything. But people are actually talking about this movie to the point where it's like, damn. And it's not hype. It's not hype. Like, I'm a big fan of, I don't like overhyping shit. Just like I feel about the J. Cole album. Like, the J. Cole album is a good album, but I'm not finna fall into the overhype. I'm not gonna fall into the overhype of Drake's album when it comes out. I'm gonna listen to it when I feel like listening to it, and I'm gonna judge it fairly because at the end of the day, me personally, I feel like Drake is gonna be Drake.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm definitely falling into the overhype because to me, Drake doesn't miss. The only time to me personally that Drake missed was Marvin's Room. I still can't stand that song. That song's just trash to me for some reason. It's all sad and shit. I don't want to hear that sad shit.
Listen, you just proved my point. You turn on a rap album, you didn't want to hear no sad shit. They walked into the Avengers, bro. They won. They 2-0. They 2-0, bro. They're not 2-1 because they took that L. You're not used to that. You're not used to that, bro. Like when you see the Cavs lose with LeBron, it hurt. I'm just saying, bro.
Bro, my dream scenario is the Rockets playing the Cavs in the finals. That way, I really can't be sad at the outcome.
That's an interesting one, man.
Sad.
That's an interesting one. I think everything falls in the hands of James Harden. If he goes ghost, they're not winning. Bottom line.
He's gonna have to get Clay in the foul trouble.
Man, y'all boys. I don't know, man. It's just when I think of the NBA right now, man. It's just the person that was controlling the 2K when they created the teams. they just make sure the Golden State Warriors was right, and them Golden State Warriors is scary, man. I don't understand why people just don't understand that. At times, I feel like they're unbeatable. I feel like the only time they lose, they beat themselves.
Yeah,
just saying.
They just have an off night, and they realize like, just wasn't falling tonight.
Bottom line,
I know out of 7 games, it's gonna fall at least 4.
That's gonna be scary, man. But hey, like we always all over the place. But either way, man, let's get back to free thinking. I just hate that we're the point of society where hate is the wave. Everybody just feels like if I hate this along with this person, then everything is cool. Like, bruh, what's up with that shit, man? Why y'all gotta be so hateful, dog? Like, why we just? And it's funny because I like seeing people getting along and agreeing, but it's like, is that the only time everybody's gonna be cordial? Is when they agree on something that's negative. I'm like, dude, Donald Trump out here, releasing prisoners, getting prisoners released to him.
POWs.
Bruh.
Basically, POWs.
Man, he actually having to sit down, and it may not end up how we want it to end up.
I mean, he talking like chilling on the nukes for right now,
Bruh.
Like that's something we've been trying to do for years, get him to chill on the nukes.
He's being very presidential.
Even though we don't chill on our nukes. You ever notice that? We got no chill when it comes to our nukes. Everybody else like Iran, I need y'all to fall back. North Korea, I need y'all to fall back.
Yeah.
Well, USA, I need y'all to fall back. Whoa. This ain't about us. This is about you and your nukes.
It's the U.S. for you. Hey. First world problems.
Hey.
But I'm just saying, man, like, I guess when music comes out, people tend to come together. That's a positive moment. I don't know. It just kind of feels like everybody just sits around and just waits for something to complain about, and then they come together and hate. But
if it's in our group chat, some musical drop and people be like, nah, I wasn't fucking with it, and then then it's a battle.
Yeah,
like the Post Malone was a battle.
That shit was a huge battle, man. I'm like, dog.
I still haven't listened to that album.
Hey, I understand, man.
I still haven't listened to it.
Like I say, man, it doesn't bother me when people don't like the music I like. It doesn't even bother me if they don't give it a chance. At the end of the day, as long as I enjoy it, that's all that matters. And just don't disrespect me for liking it.
If I find something hot, I'm gonna throw it that I consider hot. I'm gonna throw it your way. If you don't find it hot, so be it, bro. I love Francis and the Lights. Yeah. I'm gonna throw it your way. If you don't like it, that's cool. That's on you.
Just don't disrespect me.
Eddie Briscoe loved Kings of Leon. I like that one song, but for the most part, I don't really mess with it.
That's a new one. I didn't know that. Kings of Leon dope though, but
yeah.
I don't go looking for them.
Yeah, I got my few off beats like Linkin Park. Rest in peace, Chester. Trace Atkins. I like Trace Atkins. Luke Bryan. I dabble.
That Luke Bryan I dabble. So many people like him, man. Like brothers. And some Hispanic. I'm just like, I don't know.
Because new country is more R&B than old country. And Luke Bryan is one of those that's more R&B.
Gotcha. I guess I'll listen to him on the way home. I mean, yeah.
You can.
I think he's going to be out here in September. He's going to be by my house in September.
I might check it out.
Yeah.
You know who else is out here in September?
Who?
Hove.
Oh, yeah. Them Luke Bryan tickets was kind of high. I didn't think he's going to both. I'm just saying. Because we was talking about the ACL festival. That shit probably ain't happening this year. There's a lot of shit going on. Even though I would like to see Gambino, just saying, that I just...
ACL was live.
It was live, man. And I feel like Gambino was probably a tad bit of a better performer than Chance. Just saying, Gambino's creative, dog.
Chance didn't seem like he wanted to be there, low key.
He got the fuck off the stage, bro.
He was trying to leave early.
Man, he did leave early. He was like 7 minutes early.
And they brought him back. He's like, oh, we're gonna do this whole song? I didn't know.
Gambino, for me, has always been this guy that is not in that box. I mean, he's biracial, but at the end of he's biracial.
What's the breakdown?
It's black and white.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah. He says it on the album. He's like the only white boy that can say the N-word. It's funny, but yeah, he's biracial, which is a problem in the Hotep community, because in the Hotep community you can't have an opinion unless you're full nigga. Straight up. I don't know if you familiar with the Hotep community?
I'm not familiar with the Hotep.
The Hotep community is basically that extreme anti-white, pro-black community. Okay. Their existence pretty much is they believe that the pharaohs were black.
Okay.
Their founder, I want to say, I think her name was Mary Ellen Tracy. She used to be a Mormon, and I believe she ran a prostitution ring, and then she converted to a Mormon, and then she had this epiphany one day, and she became very pro-black and started following the belief system of Kemetism, like Kemet, and it's if you ever see the Ankh, you know what the Ankh is, right? Mm-hmm. That basically a symbol that I believe it symbolizes life. You have the vagina and the penis, basically. Long story short, Hoteps are very, very opinionated, and they ain't fucking with you if you ain't full black. So a lot of them have a lot of negative things to say about the This Is America video because they get mad at the fact that they feel like black people in general only listen to the messages of biracial people. And they put out some pretty solid points. I mean, Barack Obama.
I just learned that chess was
of course. A lot of people don't know. I mean, just like people didn't know Bob Marley was biracial. A lot of people didn't know, they tend to forget Halle Berry is biracial. They tend to forget, what's the guy that said black girls are magic or whatever? Jesse
Williams?
Yeah. I mean,
really?
No, I'm saying people just don't know these.
Really? Jesse Williams, really?
Hey, man. People are very oblivious to a lot of things. Some people don't care.
And that's why Donald Glover, to me, is like, yeah, he's darker complected. I don't see the white in him. One of his parents must have been black as hell because I didn't see the white in him.
He ain't that brown.
He's pretty brown.
I think he's more brown in the. I mean, we haven't seen him in person.
Is he paper sack brown?
Paper sack.
Yeah,
paper sack. I mean, he's more in love with his black side. You see his hair; it's hard to tell. But
yeah, he has that black hair.
I mean, some people that didn't know Kaepernick was biracial, bro. They just look at these people like they light skinned. I'm serious, man.
People are idiots.
We've come to that conclusion a couple times, but I mean, it's the truth, though. I mean, This Is America video. I'm be 100 with you, bro. I just enjoyed the song. I ain't give a shit about nothing that was going on in that video. I was just laughing at the fact that the boy was dancing his ass off and enjoying himself.
Boy, that shoe dance, he killed that.
Bruh, he was hitting that hoe.
That one move with the leg shimmy, I said, oh yeah, I gotta learn that move. I'm gonna be in the club and doing that move.
He is a free spirit. And for the Hotep community to knock him for being biracial, I find it hilarious. But I say this. It must be a beautiful thing to not have to be limited by the fact that you're fully black. Just saying, bro. I mean, and Crystal Clear said it best, man. It's damn near like a burden being fully black. Who wants to carry that burden of being fully black? And she used the OJ scenario. Like when OJ said, I'm not black, I'm OJ. And she actually put a spin on that made sense. It was like, I don't believe he was ever saying anything negative about black people. He was just saying, bro, I'm my own person. You're not finna put me in this box.
Yeah.
I'm OJ.
I'm not saying that this black box is bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, look at me as an individual.
Look at me as an individual.
The individual I am.
I'm tired of everybody looking at me like I'm just gonna run the ball. I'm just gonna eat cornbread and collard greens. I'm just gonna be a nigga. Some of the most interesting people I've ever met are so cultured it's ridiculous. And after all these conversations that I had and just listening to people's perspective on the whole Kanye situation, it just made me realize that we literally are in a box. I mean, Chance put the tweet up himself. He was like, just because you're black doesn't mean you have to be Democrat. And that's scary that he got a lot of flack for that. It's like, hold on. You know you have a freedom of choice, right?
See, that's the thing. Black people are in the majority on the lower side of the income line. I'm not going to say poverty. I'm just going to say the income line. And you fail to realize, I know I've said this before, the more income you start to make, the more your views start to line up.
You're supposed to vote with the political views. I mean, honestly, if you're not stupid, if you're voting based off of like, oh, my class president is the most popular, so I'm going to vote for the most popular person as a class president, then you just need to just throw your voting registration away, because that's not how you vote. You're supposed to vote, honestly, in line with your economic status. And with some of your personal beliefs too, whether it's religion and blah, blah, blah. It only makes sense. Like, if you're a strong Christian, you don't believe in homosexuality, and you're anti-abortion, you probably shouldn't be voting with the Democrats. I'm just saying. But black people don't understand that. And when I say black people, I mean as a collective, because I would say, just to be fair, 1 in 3 black people really understand politics. The other 2 pretty much is just either voting how their parents are voting or voting with what's popular amongst other blacks. I've witnessed it. I mean, that's my, it's not just I'm like, this is stuff that I'm witnessing. And it's scary. And I really feel like we're starting to get more and more to the point where, you know, when you have an opinion that doesn't align with poor people, then it's like you don't care about poor people. I mean, in all honesty, none of us are really just wealthy. I mean, I'm not wealthy. I'm not sitting here with a wealthy person. So when it's all said and done, in fairness, I'm just worried about the people that aren't lazy as shit. I'm worried about the people that aren't, you know, they aren't trying to use the fact that Donald Trump is in office or the fact that they're poor. Like, come on now, like, it's either nowadays you either want it or you don't.
Hell, that's not even fair to yourself.
It isn't. It's not fair to anybody. Like,
you blame this person for me being in a financial bind.
You say what?
It's like, let me blame this person for me being in a financial bind. Not me running up credit cards and running up all this debt and not paying it. Let me blame somebody else.
That's that victimhood mentality, bro. I'm be honest with you. I had a no boundaries moment at work today.
You can't be having those at work,
nah,
G. You can't have those at work, G.
Bro, we had a barbecue at work today, bro, and like, boys started talking, man. It was brothers. It was only one white dude right there, but he wasn't really paying attention. We started talking about the Kardashians first. Shout out to my homeboy Sean. He got this podcast called When We Feel Like It.
When we feel like it, yeah.
Yeah, and it was an episode that I liked. I didn't agree with it, all of it, because he basically, if you're a Kardashian, you're crashing. And I'm like, hold on now. I'm gonna stop blaming these women for the downfalls of these men. It's not a woman's fault that you're a trash ass nigga.
Woo!
I'm gonna say it again. It's not a woman's fault that you're a trash ass nigga. Because to me, Kanye is doing fine. Kanye got 3 kids. He got money.
He got a wife.
He got a wife. Nigga produced 3 albums. Bro, let me say something.
Whoa, 3? 4?
4, my bad.
Maybe Push, his and
Cuddy's.
Tiana, Nas.
Oh shit! 5. Damn, I can't count.
He allegedly got 5 albums dropping either this month or next month.
June for sure. Yeah. And that's his birthday month, right?
Allegedly.
I think that's his birthday month. But I'm just saying, bro, when you're distracted and you're not focused and you're depressed, like Bryson Tiller said, it's hard to make good music. And
it's
I mean,
hard to do anything when you're depressed.
you know. So I mean, besides the boopity boop doop doop. Besides that,
bro, I'm mad because that beat was so good. Oh my god, that beat was so good.
I don't think he's gonna waste it. But at the end of the day, he's a prime troll for that. But at the same time, like, if you're really mentally fucked up like that, you're not purposely trolling people. Like, you're not focused. So wait,
you think he's mentally fucked up?
People say he's mentally ill because he doesn't agree with people, and he has a Kardashian. It's like, how is that? Oh. Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner, whatever his fucking name is.
His mama named him Bruce, so I'm calling him Bruce.
Okay, cool. He was just gay. At
the end of the day,
he was just gay.
You know, he tried this straight thing out, had 4, 5 kids, and it just wasn't him.
Lamar Odom was a crackhead.
His daddy was a crackhead. I'm not gonna say crackheads running your family, but
the predisposition can be there. Scott Disick seemed to be doing fine to me.
Scott doing way better than 5. Scott damn near a pedophile because his girlfriend's like 19 years old.
Yeah, I seen that shit. But
Scott doing fine.
Scott doing fine, man. Rob, I mean, he just fucked with the wrong chick. If anything, shouldn't she be doing bad? Because if you mess with a Kardashian, you crash, and shit, Black China doing what she want to do.
I think Rob suffers from some mental issues.
I mean, that's on him personally.
Yeah, that's on him. That you put the weight on, you lost your self-esteem. I think that's what it was.
That's why boy out there get lipo.
Rob has been gone for a while.
Boy,
I ain't seen him in a while.
Bro. He was in shape for a minute.
Oh yeah,
and I think that's when Kanye got the lipo. They probably was in shape together. But I mean, I don't think that's a Kardashian thing. I think it's a fame thing.
Yeah, but when your woman is in this spotlight and your family is in this spotlight, you need to try to look your best too if you're going to be in this spotlight. I think that's why Kanye stays off the show and off the snaps and as much as he possibly can, because he's probably not feeling his best right now, probably not looking his best right now, so you're going to be above it.
You know how I got everybody's attention at the barbecue? I told him, I said, bro, the Kardashians had the American dream in 2018.
Definitely.
And people,
what are they, 10 years running now?
10 years. I said people don't want to accept that. And the thing that bothers me the most, you know who put me onto the Kardashians? Black women, other black people. I didn't know shit about the Kardashians until one of my homegirls was like, "You don't watch Keep It Up with the Kardashians? That shit hilarious." I'm like, okay. So I check it out. I'm like, okay, I don't fuck with reality TV. This shit ain't for me. What happens? 6, 7 years later, Everybody hates the Kardashians now. Everybody is coming together in hate because they hate the Kardashians now. Jay, you know why they hate the Kardashians? Because they're jealous of them. They're jealous of the fact that they made them who they are, and at the end of the day, they didn't benefit from it.
Like you said, oh, they all got fake asses. They all got fake asses.
So?
But Kim work out damn near every day. I follow her on Snapchat. I see her personal trainer. Her personal trainer fit. Kim work out damn near every day. Courtney damn near 40. She ain't got no fake ass, but she in shape.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what's going on with Chloe. I can't vouch for her. She worked out and got right, and then her ass got big out of nowhere. And I was like,
she was a big girl. She's a big woman, though.
Yeah, she's like 5'11". Like
she's a big motherfucker. She's a big woman. Amazon.
Yeah, but she got she got a baby and everything. Y'all tripping over her man cheating. She ain't doing no tripping. So why the fuck are you worried about it?
Exactly.
Why the fuck are you worried about it?
Being talentless is another wave that has taken over the streets.
You don't have to have talent when you can get attention.
Basically. And they mastered how to get attention. 40 years ago, 50 years ago, the American dream probably was the Leave It to Beaver family. With the Kardashians being the American dream now, it just shows you how much society has shifted to a point where it's like, damn, is this what we come to? Yes, it is. People hate Trump so much, but Trump is a perfect representation of what society is. Vulgar.
Trump was that nigga when he had The Apprentice.
Trump was, let me tell you something. If you ever go back and watch a documentary on Netflix called The 80s, and you see just who Trump was, man, Trump was the American fucking playboy, bro. He was that dude. You know why he was that dude? Because the American population built him up to be that way. And that's what they do, bro. They build you up to bring you down. That's all they do. I think Jay-Z said something like that before. Might have. But anyways, at the end of the day,
where he say, build me up, break me down, and build me up again.
Oh, he
said,
did.
"Hold on to bring me back so we can kill your ass again." Come on, B. Come on, B. He said the same sort they night you with, they gonna good night you with, and that's only the half if they like you.
it's the truth, bro.
It's the truth.
I mean,
the same pedestal they put you on is the same pedestal they gonna use to try to get you out the fucking box.
It's happening daily, bro. I have no problem with the Kardashians. I just don't care about celebrities that much to actually have any real beef with them. It's a couple of celebrities I want to punch in the face, but
I don't even have celebrities I want to punch in the face. I have athletes, and maybe that's because to me, that's more important. Because I'm invested.
You're more
in
passionate about sports.
Yeah, so I have athletes I won't punch in the face, but
I want to punch Joss Whedon in the face for what he did to Justice League. That's
hot take.
I'm just saying, bro.
Now I need to. Who's the head of DC?
Warner Brothers. You mean?
Well, yeah. Who's the head? Like Kevin Feige's the head of Marvel Studios and everything.
I don't know who the head of WB is. That's
a good thing because that person needs to stay still.
No. They actually just hired somebody new. It's the person that produced the Saw movies. Because they brought James Wan in to do Aquaman. And he was the director and the writer of the Saw movies, but I think the producer of the Saw movies is now the chairman of WB now, or the president of WB now. So I want to say the executive decisions may become a little bit more in tune, might make a little more sense, because right now DC is a mess. It's a mess.
They losing,
and you was literally winning with you had Batman, you had one motherfucking hero,
bro. You had the hero. You had the heroes. Batman and Superman are the heroes.
Yeah. And they're really landing where you would think that they would fuck up. So I think Aquaman might be good. Just because they do weird shit. Like they fuck up where they should do good, and they do good where they should fuck up. Wonder Woman still shocks me to this day that it was a decent movie.
I watched Wonder Woman today.
I was gonna watch it because I wanted to check out Dr. Poison a little more. She was intriguing to me, and I just didn't really feel like I got into her enough because I was like so ready for Wonder Woman to get back on the screen when I watched the movie. But yeah, of course, Gal is something else. But but yeah, man. So besides that, at the barbecue, like I said, man, people were like feeling what I was saying when I said the Kardashians are the American dream, and it's hard for people to accept the fact that they built them up to this point, and you just got to accept that. But it's not fair to tear somebody down just because you're jealous of them now. It's envy. You may not want to admit it, but you know that's what it is. And a lot of people are closet fans of the Kardashians too. Because you can go on the Shade Room and Baller Alert, and you're going to see a Kardashian post at least once a day. That's obsession. When you're posting about somebody that you hate, like, I forgot how the saying goes, but I mean, you know, how do I say this? It's you should be talking about what you love more than what you hate. And it's, to me, it's just...
But society talks about what it hates more than what it loves.
That's what it's turned into.
If you go on Yelp to look at reviews for a restaurant,
man.
If you have 10 reviews, 8 of them gonna be hate.
8, yeah, at least 8.
Gonna be hate.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And whenever I look at Yelp reviews, that's how I rate the restaurant. It's like, okay, oh, the waitress was slow. Yeah, I can tolerate that. Oh, it took them a while to come take my order. I can tolerate that. My food was bad. I had to send it back. They got the wrong order. That's human error. Like, I need something like I got food poisoning. Like, I need something, you know, that's not just some person being
personal.
impatient.
Yeah, something personal.
Yeah.
I mean, that brings me
like
to...
you say, the waitress was slow. Man, you went on a Friday night.
Yeah, bro. They went on a Friday night and it happened to be fucking Cinco de Mayo.
What
do you expect? You know, it's just, you know, people sometimes be extra bougie, man, but I really just feel like a lot of hate that's in society nowadays just comes from jealousy and bitterness. People will say, oh, I ain't jealous and so, but I'm like, you know, at the end of the day, man, jealousy, bitterness, being envious, you know, those are honest emotions. It happens, you know. Sometimes you have a friend that's just doing so much better than you, and then you start trying to have this little competition with them that they don't give a damn about. But, I mean, it happens because that's what people do. Sometimes people are triggered and they don't even notice what's triggered them. Mm-hmm. But it happens, you know. And I'm not mad at these people for it. It saddens me that they can't admit it. You know, and it's just like, man, the moral of the story, let Kanye be Kanye. Kanye ain't got to agree with you.
You ain't got to agree with Kanye.
Yeah.
Kanye, I seen the TMZ where the guy got up there and he's talking, you know, you supposed to set this example, or you supposed to do this and this and this and this. No. What was Charles Barkley thing? You know, I'm not a role model. Kanye West doesn't have to be your role model. If y'all choose to disagree, Kanye West doesn't have to be your role model. Y'all don't have to agree on everything. Nobody has to agree on everything just because they're black and you're black. Like, that's pointless to me. Man. I came from my mother's womb, and me and her don't agree on everything.
Just like he told Charlamagne, I don't got to agree with my mom on everything.
I don't got to agree with her.
We're going to have disagreements. That's why I got my ass whooped when I was young. It's a disagreement.
I thought this was the right thing to do.
And she was letting me know
apparently
it
with
wasn't.
her, it wasn't. I got my ass whooped.
Yeah.
When I thought I could go to the Reyes's and play Sega Genesis and play Sonic and not tell my mom, and she tripping, she looking around the apartment complex for me, I thought that was a fine idea.
It turns
when
out
I got to the house, I realized that it wasn't.
And that disagreement didn't well. That's life. And I just really feel like, once again, like, this dude's getting up talking about, I'm hurt, I'm disappointed. Bro, you're a victim. Your victimhood mentality is not about to disrupt my free thinking. My free thinking trumps your feelings. I honestly feel that way. It might sound bad, but my free thinking does not mean that I freely think something as a podcaster. And we've talked about this. As a podcaster, I feel like my responsibility is to not only express my opinions, but bring facts along with it too. Because if I'm only up here spewing opinions that are probably either, they could be laced with hate or positivity, but if I'm only spewing opinions, then there's not a lot you're gonna get from it. Because nowadays, a lot of opinions pretty much sound the same. So if you're going to put opinions out there into the world, you as a podcaster, you have to understand that a lot of us podcasters are on the same level. You know, like, we're not wealthy, we're not rich. I mean, we're common folk. So at the end of the day, we should be looking towards one another for guidance, towards one another for, you know, not necessarily leadership, but we should just hold each other accountable for how us common folk are amongst other common folk. When rich people are having rich people conversations, that shit really just entertainment for us, bro. Yeah. That's really how we should look for it. You know, it's entertainment, and we really got to take what they say with a grain of salt, because they don't live the lives we live. Like, when I go out, I'm not surrounded by bodyguards. Paparazzi aren't taking pictures of me or digging through my trash. I can't fully relate to Kanye. Just because Kanye identifies as African American doesn't mean anything anymore. Kanye, that's how I always tell people, it's not about race, really. It's about class. And Kanye is in a whole different class, just like the guy on the TMZ is in a different class. Like, I can't go on Instagram, make a video, and it goes viral in a day. You know, I can't do that because I'm not on that class. I'm not that popular, and I'm a common folk. So the only people that are going to see my videos are who? Common folk.
people.
You know, so that's my responsibility to make sure that what the messages that I'm sending out to the common folk are acceptable messages, and however they react to those messages aren't necessarily that's not my problem. Like, if you don't agree with what I gotta say, unfollow me, block me, and move around. But don't bash me.
Whatever you gotta do.
Yeah, but don't bash a person. Like, bashing a person is one of the lowest levels of thinking, in my opinion. Because when animals have disagreements, what do? They fight. They throw shit at each other. They bite each other. That's low level thinking. High level thinking is actually being able to come to an understanding.
Like I told you, when people have a disagreement, the first person starts throwing slander is the person that's losing.
Of course.
Like when you stop using facts or anything, you just start slandering and just say, your mama ain't shit. You know
like, what my mama got to do with this?
We talking about the NBA Finals, man. My mama don't even hoop, bro.
My mama don't hoop. My mama don't know who number 23 is. What's going on? Like,
what's your frustration, big fella?
Exactly. Like, people just cannot have high level thinking conversations anymore, because in society nowadays, emotions trump facts, and it's crazy. I mean, I'm just out here just trying to be a legitimate person. I'm not trying to cause a malice against anybody, but at the same time, it's really hard when you stay in a world where people really think that it's funny to leave hateful comments under somebody's picture or some shit like that. Like, you don't agree with Fabulous punching this girl in the mouth, unfollow him on Instagram, ignore everything he does, don't support his music, don't go to the club and take pictures with him. You know, don't support his foolishness if you don't like the fact that he's a woman beater. It's that simple.
Plain and simple.
You can just, when you don't like something, turn your back on it. It's easier. Let it go. You don't have to bash it. You don't have to let that person know that you're mad at them, that you hate them. I mean, I agree with one of the points where that Kanye said, where he was like, bruh, we gotta start loving again, bruh. Like, that's what John Lennon was all about. Like, everybody feels that peace is unattainable.
They got John Lennon out there.
They got that boy out the box, man, like a mug. Everybody feels that peace is unattainable. I mean, they might be right, but we ain't even trying, bro.
Not anymore.
We ain't even trying. Like, we got people that just really feel that racism is never gonna die. It's like, yeah, with that thought, racism is never gonna die.
Yeah, if you just say, well, fuck it, it's not gonna end, I can't change it.
Like I told him at the barbecue, I'm like, bro, like, black people want to remember slavery. Black people want to talk about slavery. Black people want slavery to be the reason that they go hard. I'm like, bruh, like, you going hard for your ancestors because they was in slavery 400 years ago. Honestly, that to me, you know, if that's your motivation, cool, but it sounds kind of crazy to me. My motivation is my family and my friends, you know, attaining good health. Those things motivate me. Like, I'm not really dwelling on the past that much. I fucked up in my own 33-year past. I can't be thinking about 1822, bruh. 1822 is long gone, and I ain't telling people to forget about it. I'm just saying, why is it the basis of conversations in 2018 now?
Because my great whatever did this.
That nigga probably wouldn't even fuck with you. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just being real. Bro. MLK probably wouldn't even fuck with a lot of niggas walking around like that.
No.
What that nigga got on? Fuck wrong with that young man. I'm just saying, bro. Y'all,
you know who he'd fuck with?
Who?
Chick-fil-A.
He would.
Everybody fuck with Chick-fil-A.
Everybody fuck with Chick-fil-A.
And if you don't fuck with Chick-fil-A, it's a problem with you.
Man, my son love Chick-fil-A, bro. I be like, and he be looking at me because he be looking at the way I be looking at the people in the window. I be like, dog, they creep me the fuck out, bro.
Bro, I went through Chick-fil-A.
My pleasure.
I went through Chick-fil-A one time and I had this full-blown genuine conversation because my food was taking slow. So they just started me, oh, how's your day? Oh, mine's good. How about you? Oh, yeah, you know, just got finals coming up. Oh, yeah, you in high school? Yeah. He's like, oh, you going to college? Like, we had this whole conversation. I was like, I don't even know you like that. I'm just trying to wait on my food. But since you talk to me, I got to talk back.
Just imagine if the whole world was like Chick-fil-A.
Closed on Sundays?
That's cool.
Everybody closed on Sundays.
Just stay home.
Just shut the world down.
Just stay home, bro. Just imagine, dog.
Just stay low on bill.
Just stay, my nigga. That's probably one of the smartest things you've ever said, because you've said a lot of dumb shit, but that right there, I fucks with that, man. I fucks with it, man. Can we just can we make America love again? Because I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah.
Niggas is mad for no reason.
We're gonna put that on shirts. Make America love again. Stay low and build. I gotta check and see if anybody got like some patents on that shit yet, but
They coming with it. You know, one thing I didn't realize, man. When you think about Obama's presidency in his 8 years, like, what can you remember from it? Like, as far as like something that like trended or like what can you say was iconic about his presidency besides him being the first black president?
politically,
Not just anything, bro.
I remember him bringing a lot of the rappers to the White House.
All right.
I remember I remember him. You know, I remember his connection with the culture. Like, and that's not saying that he was, you know, embedded in rap music, but you know, a black person listens to, you know, the Marvin Gaye's, like the music that I grew up on, you know, spending nights with my grandma. Also, you know, the music I listen to now. I remember him being a hooper. I remember him being a lieutenant. I remember he smoked a little bit, smoked a little cigarettes. I think he smoked a little weed back in the jump.
Yeah.
You know, but as far as his policies and political stances, I remember stuff that happened during his presidency. Like, I remember the Trayvon Martin happening, and he said, you know, if I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon. And everybody said that was so powerful. And I was like, hey, if he had a son, he'd probably be black since Michelle black. But you know, I didn't understand that, but you know, that might just be my simple mind.
No. I remember those things too. And I like I said, man.
But
I think
as far as what he did politically and his stance on things,
yeah. Obamacare, the gay marriage.
Obamacare, gay marriage, you know, and I mean, gay people, you can get married. Shit.
I don't give a shit.
You can have equal opportunity for this depression.
I was reading something and it was like, marriage is such a heteronormative tradition, and it's weird. It was a gay person that wrote this, and he basically was like, when you really think about it, think about all the analogies that go with marriage. Like the ball and chain. And sometimes when you see wedding cake decorations, it's a husband trying to run away from the wife. And, you know, she's dragging him. And it's just like, that's such a toxic thing. And it's traditional to heterosexuals. And it's like, this gay person was like, I really don't even understand why gay people would even want that. Like, we just should freely love, because gayness and homosexuality goes against the norms of love culture in the first world. And I was like, man, this nigga's making a lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, in all honesty, gay people really shouldn't even trip, because you're gonna live together, and you know, you still gonna love each other.
You gonna do everything.
Your marriage is gonna define you. Like, and I'm just sitting there like we said at the beginning of the show. I mean, just imagine if, you know, it took $250,000 to get divorced, no matter what your income was.
That's kind of one thing I worried about not worried about, but you know, when atheists get married, it's like, you know, marriage is something solely based on the Bible.
Pretty much,
marriage is based on the Bible. You do it, you know, at the courthouse for basically financial and tax
First world
reasons.
wise. I mean,
so it's like, yeah, why would you know, take a vow before something you don't believe in? But that's another story. I'm no storyteller.
I'm pretty sure if two atheists get together, and they're really genuinely atheists, they have a way of going about it that's gonna, you know, say fuck the norms.
They'll probably just have a cookout.
Pretty much. But at the end of the day, it's like, what is your bond in? Because a heterosexual couple that believes in, you know, that follows Christianity, their bond is in the Lord. Like, it's the Lord bonds us. I mean, what bonds atheists? Maybe science. Maybe science.
I don't know. I have to look up a Scientologist for marriage. See how that is. I'm sure Tom Cruise is there. I'm sure he probably kills people, because from what I heard from what's her name from King of Queens, like that Tom Cruise is so high up that he could kill somebody and get away with it.
I believe that. I mean, Fabulous could punch you in the mouth, knock out 2 of your teeth, and you still get it popping in the club. Bruh. And females are still swarm to him.
And she went to court, his court date with him,
side by side.
Hey,
that's what you do when you popping, bro. You do what you want. I mean, Future said it best.
Yeah.
I mean, people don't want to accept it, but rich people get away with a lot of shit. Trump said it.
Even Meek said, he's like, if I wasn't rich and famous, I'd still be in jail.
Yeah.
And he was already there 6 months. He's like, I'd still be in jail if I wasn't rich and famous.
I brought up that Obama thing because I was thinking about Trump's presidency in 2 years, and it's like, bro, it's a lot of shit that you could take away from his presidency that we probably never gonna forget, bro.
I think as much of a microscope as Obama was under, Trump is on that much more magnified.
Exactly, and I'm like, damn. When I think about the fake news, we ain't never gonna forget that. People use that every day now. Alternative facts, grabbing by the pussy, just using words like bigly. It just when I just see
the over exaggeration of simple things.
Yes, and I'm sitting there like damn, like, and then I mean, his Twitter usage, bro. His Twitter usage is gonna be, that shit is gonna be historical. Like people are gonna be like, the president, you know, he's so unpresidential. That's what he's gonna be remembered for. But at the end of the day, I mean, unless he gets impeached, I mean, you're gonna be able to look back at his presidency and be like, damn, like it's gonna be a bit hard. Like he put a dent in history,
and he's gonna get 2 terms.
That's scary, bro.
You gotta really fuck up to not get 2 terms.
Not only the thing is, how do I say this? The only way to not get him his second term is people that truly dislike him have to not be lazy when it come to voting. Really, and I think a lot of people that really give a fuck about politics, like I don't give a fuck about politics, but if you really give a fuck about politics, you got to get up.
It depends on who comes after, like who's the next candidate, because like
Joe Biden right now is like, they say he's one of the best choices, but I'm like, bro,
nobody really cared about Hillary.
You heard what Joe Biden said the other day, huh?
What?
Where he was talking about how he I don't know if he was talking about Flint or Baltimore, but he was like talking about how he went to the hood and he got ladies from the hood and he taught them coding and stuff like that, you know, on computers. You ain't heard about that? Mm-mm. Interesting. Yeah, he used the term hood and people got offended. Like, what you mean you went to the hood? I'm like, bro, no, man.
You know when you in the hood.
Yeah, but they're looking at it like Joe Biden can't say something like that. I'm like, oh no, he was. I don't know.
See, Joe Biden would get a lot of votes because Joe Biden is a meme legend.
He is, bro.
Joe Biden is a meme legend. People are like, oh, the nigga in the memes? Yeah, bet.
Definitely. But that shit was hilarious. I'm like, man, people sensitive. Like, he said the hood and they getting mad. I'm like, and it was a group of black people got mad. Like I'm like, bro, like you said, you know when you in the hood. I'm like, bro, he was the vice president to the first black president. I'm pretty sure he say nigga.
he probably got a nigga pass.
Bro,
he probably got a stamp where you can say niggas 10 times for like the next 10 years.
I'm just saying, bro.
You know, and every time he says somebody like punch is a punch card.
He can run out eventually, but I mean, clearly he done ran out because he can't even say hood no more. Golly, man. But do you think that, I was thinking about the This Is America video again. Do you think that motherfuckers try to get too deep now? Because I remember there was a point in time.
See, I thought about that earlier too when because I like read like a whole breakdown. It's like, yeah, there's so many layers to this video. And then he's never not going to come out and explain, okay, this is what I was going for. The director's never going to come out and say, this is what I'm going for. They're going to leave it to your open interpretation. Kind of like with J. Cole, he's like, you know, KOD stands for King Overdose, Kill Your Own Demons, and something else. And like the rest, I'll just let you interpret. Like nobody's going to explain what they're trying to do.
That's art for you, yeah. That's art for you.
So I think you might be doing too much. But like I told you, like I find that the song jams, even if you take it for surface value.
Me too.
Like if you're not getting it, like without seeing the video, you just listening to the song. Like I think the song jams.
Me too. I mean, I'm just I could actually say that if I was to say I was a fan of most, you know, of anybody, I mean, I could easily say I'm a fan of him just because I've supported so much other stuff that he's done outside of music. So I'm a fan of his work ethic in general. Like with him writing for a community, with him being a community, for him writing for 30 Rock, for him producing and directing and writing Atlanta, you know, just, you know, about to be in Han Solo. He's directed many of his videos. I mean, he's just a visionary, and I'm a fan of that. Like, he's a Renaissance man. I like that. So it's pretty cool to have somebody like that representing the culture, even though you have your strong pro-blacks out there that just ain't fucking with it because he doesn't look like them, or he doesn't talk like them, or act like them, and his lineage isn't like theirs. Like, your mom and dad got to be black, bro. We ain't fucking with you. Like, if that's what you say, man, I guess.
if that's the requirements, I didn't know where that came from.
I didn't choose my parents. Like, I don't think people don't understand that. Like, That's why I never just consider I'm prejudiced. I'm prejudiced as shit. Like, I'm be honest with you. But racist, like, I've never found my race to be superior. I never found another race to be inferior. I'm not hateful towards any race, and it's hard for me to even want to be racist because white people don't choose to be white, man. They were just born white. Chinese people were just born Chinese. Like, nigga, why you was born that way? Like, bro, like,
I just got here. Like, I showed up and I was crying already, my mans. What do you want me to say?
There's nothing I can do about that. And it's just like, man, that's why it scares me that people hate people for being a certain color. It's like, bro, we all humans, man. Like, at the end of the day, that's one of the things in the Zeitgeist movie was like, we're all citizens of Earth. And that's bottom line. We're citizens of Earth, and
at the end of the day, you're a human being.
You're a human being first. Everything else is just classifications, just to put you in a box. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, if you even want to, even if you don't want to identify with a certain sex, you're still a human. You're still a human. Like, just imagine if everybody just came out here.
What if on the job application say human being or other?
It's gonna get to that point.
That's it. Human being or other. And if you check other, this interview finna change.
Bruh.
Say you robot now? Alien? What's up?
Everything, you could easily make everything a social construct.
Oh yeah.
And you could easily make being a human a social construct, because it's like, what makes you a human? I mean, we can look it up and we can see a definition, but it's gonna be so easy to say.
Do you bleed?
Basically, I'm like, well, shit, dogs bleed too.
This is true.
Shit, chickens bleed. So this shit crazy. People,
can you fry a human up with 11 herbs and spices? I mean,
shit, they did it in Jamestown.
Chill.
Just saying, dog.
You acting up.
But before I go, man, I wanna say something about Infinity War again.
Okay.
Because with that being the greatest comic book movie of all time. Well, let me get this right. The greatest live action comic book movie of all time. Change my mind.
Live action, okay.
Yeah, I really feel like the one thing that I can say that I didn't like about Thanos' plan, I really don't feel like balance is truly achievable.
No.
Like, I just don't think that balance is truly achievable. That's why I just really feel like he's just sinister in general. Because I think he knows that. I mean, he's a fucking genius.
He thought balance would have saved Titan. So therefore he thinks balance will save the whole entire universe.
I believe fate is fate when you can't stop it.
No.
Destiny is... He even said it. He said...
You believe in the universe. Like, the universe is going to do what it's going to do. Like, no matter how you try to alter it or anything, at the end of the day, what's going to be shall come to pass.
That nigga said, dread it. Run from it. Destiny is still arrive. He knows. So Titan was gonna crash regardless. It was gonna be like Krypton. It was gonna decimate. It was gonna explode. It was gonna implode. He can't do anything about it.
Couldn't save it.
You can't save it. Just like him getting all the stones, it was destiny, bro. We weren't gonna stop him.
Bro, when Joe Budden said the Avengers was getting washed while Thanos was still getting dressed.
Sword dog.
Bro.
Dog.
He said, I'm not in a hurry to fight no nigga named Thanos.
I'm not. This nigga said, still getting dressed, bro. He still putting his rings on.
Still putting these rings. Where my gloves at? God damn it.
That's insane.
Where's my gauntlet? God damn it. Trying to go.
And I'm still, even though I'm Team Cap, I have to bring over Team Star-Lord now because niggas got to fall back on Star-Lord, bro, for what he did. They don't know his history. No, they know his history. They just being dicks. And I even had to say it on Vero. And, like, I don't like to slander people, but I'm like, y'all ain't being honest right now. That's bullshit. Y'all acting like a dude that's lost this much is just going to be level-headed all the time. It don't take away from the fact that it was his plan. How you going to knock him? It's his plan. I'm just saying, bro. And you wouldn't go get the glove off of him anyway. I don't care. Peter, little punk ass, wasn't going to get the glove off of him.
He
came close. No cigar.
Yeah. Close is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Hey, this country shit go, bro. Golly.
I'm country at heart, B.
You country as fuck.
Country at heart, man.
But, yeah, man. And I guess the last thing I'm going to say, man, like I said, as podcasters, we have a responsibility to relay a message to the world that makes them realize that they're not alone. that's another thing that I really want to say too, because a lot of people listen to us and they're like, damn, you think like that too? That's cool. Because a lot of people on a day-to-day basis that you talk to, people still be putting up a front. People be fake. And they can never really just truly be genuine with you because they don't want to get judged. But then people hear us just being ourselves on this podcast and like, damn, that's why I fuck with y'all, because y'all say shit that I can relate to. And that's what shit matters, because we're common folk. You actually have people that are walking around that aren't Instagram celebrities. And I think that's
that are you have you walking around.
Yeah, and it's good to know. That's why I'm like, I don't have a problem with Instagram famous people, but at the end of the day, man, it's funny to me. I was listening to the episode with me, you, and Fee, and there was one thing on there that was where we were talking about social media, and I was like, man, I'm really convinced now that if you truly want to have a good relationship, you got to ask yourself, how many celebrities have had successful relationships? And I say that because as a person on social media now, you expose yourself to so many people. Because people forget what a celebrity is. A celebrity is just a popular person that's well known.
That's it.
That's all a celebrity is. But once you start putting star, superstar, megastar, yeah, that's because they're highly known, have a lot of money now. But a person that's on Instagram that is able to be seen by millions of people, bruh, you're in the spotlight now. Especially if your Instagram's not private. So you're dealing with the similar pressures of a Ben Affleck or a Brad Pitt or a Will Smith. So why would you want to knowingly put yourself in that situation knowing that most celebrity relationships fail? Now you're basically in something similar to a celebrity relationship too. Yours is probably going to fail.
Because it's not just between two people.
No more. It's not anymore. And that's the biggest difference between a 21st century relationship and a 20th century relationship. 20th century relationships, side chicks have always been around. Side niggas have always been around. But they weren't romanticized and publicized. They're glorified now. Mm-hmm. But 30 years ago, you could have a side chick and it would be hard as shit to find out. Social media has made the world small. Houston's small as shit, man.
So small.
That's why I hated Facebook.
No, not even Houston, the world. Remember, we was in Vegas and ran into people from Houston. It's like, oh, I know you from social media.
Yeah. Just imagine, bro, if you could just go out and just really just meet people in a fresh way. And, it may suck that you may not be able to connect with them anymore unless you got their phone number. But just to know that, okay, I'm going to meet this person. This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. They'll never see me again. It makes everything worthwhile. So you really want to cherish that moment. I'm just saying, those are the good old days. Now, everything is just, sometimes shit don't even feel fresh anymore because somebody didn't put the whole experience on Snapchat or Instagram. But at the end of the day, me, I'm still that type of person. I still want to go see that show. You can't really spoil a movie for me because I'm still going to go watch it. But Just think about if Infinity War came out 10 years ago and it was the same movie. People could actually go enjoy it for a whole month, probably. Niggas can't enjoy Infinity War no more. Niggas, it's ruined 2 days later.
Yeah, you gotta stay off social media. You gotta not contact anybody. It's like
niggas know the whole movie. Cause I'm actually going to see it again Sunday with my son, and he already said I already know what's gonna happen, but I'm still gonna watch it because I want to actually see it.
Yeah, and
that's pretty much what you got to get your mind set for now because everybody wants to be first.
You got to determine your own feelings about it.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. But man, I think that was an hour and 8 minutes is enough.
Yeah.
The piano.
Put it in right now.
My words of advice are just everybody out there that's dealing with any type of relationship or dealing with any type of friendship, just be fair. I think that's something that we're not doing a lot nowadays. People they don't know how to be fair anymore. I think if people really, really, really need to understand that being fair, along with other things in a relationship, will help it. But I really, really think being fair is starting to really trump a lot of things. Because when you apply fairness to communication, to love, to trust, you can get along. You can get far. You can get pretty far. I mean, and always remember that fairness is pretty much if you wouldn't do it to somebody, then if you don't want somebody to do it to you, don't do it to somebody else. So that's pretty much
of it all.
That's it. Yeah, that's all I got.
My words of advice are gonna remain the same. You're never too old to mind your own damn business.
Never.
You're never too old to mind your own damn business.
Tell you, drink a gallon of water. You can peeing all day.
Bruh.
This nigga had no time.
No time to get into anybody else's business. I've said this numerous times. I'm going to say it again. God made 7 days. 4 days for me to take care of my business and 3 days to stay out of yours.
Real
Make
talk.
sure you use those days efficiently.
And with that being said,
this has been the No Boundaries Podcast. We might be back sometime in the near future.
might be.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But until then, thank you for listening.
But ever since the dawn of civilization, people have craved for an understanding of the underlying order of the world. There ought to be something very special about the boundary conditions of the universe. And what can be more special than that there is no boundary?